ready for your next comedian. Our next comedian, you will be able to see her at on another show called Sorry Not Sorry at Lakem Brewing on July 13th, and also at the Infinity Room in Salem doing Bad Girls Comedy, July 27th. But the coolest thing, she just made it through to the second round of Portland's Funniest Person at Helium Comedy Club. Everyone, make it loud for the amazing Sagan Genesis.
My king, go the match. Pimp, rap game, take all your scratch. Girl on the peak, see me on TV.
Yeah, I'm a bad girl. In my white shoes, and I biked here. Like, who am I? I don't know. A lot of you guys might have this question after seeing so many comics tonight. You're like, how do you get involved in comedy? Have you thought about that? No, none of you? You're like, how do I ruin my life in comedy? Can I tell you the story about how I started comedy? I would love to share that with you. So I was working at a brewery, there was a gentleman that came in, and we were just having this really gorgeous riff. We were talking to each other for a while and making each other laugh. And he said, you're really funny. Have you ever tried doing stand-up comedy? And my face got really red. And I was just like, this is so cool that this person believes in me. This is so awesome. So I told my boyfriend right away. I was just like, this person said I was funny. Maybe I should try doing the stand-up comedy thing. And my boyfriend said, you're not that funny. And anyone that would say that is just trying to fuck you. So I had to quickly put on my clothes and leave that comic's place and have a discussion with my partner. We were together for 5 years too. That was super, super hurtful. So I started doing comedy when I was 34 years old. And I had to do it single, folks. Has anyone been single in their 30s? Okay. Smattering of a couple people. Okay. I was trying to think of a way that I could describe my physique in my 30s, being single in my 30s. And I'm bisexual, but lately I've been dating a lot of men. So I've been trying to think of a way that I could describe myself to men that I'm dating. And I know that what I'm going to say right now just sounds like super woman-splaining, but I prefer to call it being a little more cunt-descending. I've been referring to it as my blue book value. I'm a 1988 model with most original parts. I have some hail damage on the rear, and my lights are starting to dim. They're really starting to dim, folks. But most importantly, the older I get, I need some partial synthetic to get things going. I don't know if anyone relates with that at all. But it's I don't know what the kids are doing. I don't know what young people are doing when they're dating anymore. I just don't understand it at all. I was trying to figure it out through TikTok. And TikTok taught me, there's this new trend and what's popular. And TikTok taught me the nipple color trend. Are you guys familiar with the nipple color trend? So the nipple color trend is you're supposed to match your perfect lip shade to your nipple color. This isn't it. I'm not sick. This isn't it. I didn't find it. But the thing that I did find was anytime, now because of this trend too, now all the Walmarts and Targets are closed because we're whipping out our tits trying to find the perfect lip shade. But also, Maybelline refuses to carry a shade that has a weird blue vein that goes through the middle of it. Yeah. The closer you get to Gresham, you can find some that have a dark hair. And that's about as close as I'm going to get, folks. But also, I don't know. I have to be vulnerable with you guys in a moment. This is my second love, actually. My first love is fine arts. I actually have my master's degree in fine arts. Thank you so much. I wrote about aging women in society and how women are treated over time, and how we give them a certain shelf life, which is why I'm a bartender now. But with that too, I don't know. Like I wrote my thesis on aging women, and like I'm trying to like figure out how to like navigate the world as a 36-year-old woman. And I always chose my career over having kids. But I don't think that I would actually ever be a good mom. Like, I think that I would be a really good dad, though. And I know that by the way that I maintain my pussy. Because the way that I shave my pussy is the way that a dad shaves a lawn that really pays attention to the HOA. Like, I shave up to the property line, and then my next door neighbor is none of my business. And you know what? My neighbor's a real asshole, folks. But it's so funny too. Like, have you ever just humbled yourself by shaving your entire vagina in your 30s? Like, I'm Eastern European, and it is the biggest nightmare that's ever happened. There's nothing about me, like, as soon as I shave my vagina, it like has an instant 5 o'clock shadow. There's nothing about my vagina that's like, I'm ready for dick. It just looks like it wants Duff beer and donuts. Every time I queef, you just hear dope in the distance. It's a total nightmare. And then the problem too is like if you take a couple days off, it's just like my like vagina just looks like an out of work dad. Like I go and I order coffee and I'm like, I'll have a flat white, and it's like he'll have a black coffee with a cigarette on the side. Like it's just that's how my life is. I don't know. But I couldn't like I even like it was Mother's Day like a couple months ago, or I don't know what time it is. I don't know. But it's so funny too cuz like I have so many like condescending family members that are just like, Happy Mother's Day, dog mom. And I'm like, fuck you a little bit. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, why do you have to do that? But the only thing that I notice with that is like, I'm a dog mom. I'm a proud dog mom, folks. Because I paid $125 to have my dog legally prescribed to me because of my anxiety. And the only thing my mom ever did was just get divorced, which is arguably more expensive paperwork. And then I immediately became her friend when I was 20 years old. So I was that 21-year-old that was out at bars with my mom, drinking dirty Stoli martinis, talking about what an asshole Dave is and how much better she could have done than Dave. And Dave is my dad, and I miss him so much. It's horrible. But my dad was a really bad guy. My dad, he left 15 years ago for a gallon of milk. And that gallon of milk's name is Marge, and she lives in Scottsdale. Yeah. Oh, that hit like too rough. I'm so sorry. This is important. Like, we're all just shattered people here in Portland. But I don't know. But I'm an environmentalist as well. We're all environmentalists in Portland. And being an environmentalist, I really wanted to like take charge and like take control of my body. So I like not being able to be a mom, and like I think like a large part of that is because I read Marie Kondo's book that says get rid of everything that doesn't bring you joy, and I just started dropping eggs like a spider. It got to the point where I just like couldn't afford tampons anymore. So I looked up on Amazon Diva Cups. And according to my previous purchases, it was recommended size large. Super fucking rude. But so I go to order these like Diva Cups, and they come in small, medium, and pitcher. So this Diva Cup comes to my house. This kiddie pool Diva Cup comes to my house. And the first fucking day that this Diva Cup comes to my house and I put it inside of my body, it gets lost inside of my body. Anyone else? Does that happen to anyone else? When you're single, it's just you. Also, why the fuck is it called Diva Cup? I don't understand it at all. I didn't feel like a diva when I was shoving it in, and I didn't feel like a diva when I was trying to grab it out of my body. I felt like a raccoon trying to clean cotton candy in a pond. It was an absolute nightmare. So I'm trying to pull this Diva Cup out of my body, and I have a panic, and I'm like, well, you know what? We can look everything up online. We could Google everything. So I Google Diva Cup lost in body, shark chum, gross. And the first article that I look up, I can only say had to have been written by a dude. Because step 1 was relax. Which always works when you're trying to de-escalate a woman. Step 2 was, it's probably not even stuck. So I'm being gaslit by this website. Step 3 was you should smile more, which seemed very out of pocket. I didn't like that one at all. But then also, like, I have this Diva Cup, and I had there were no instructions. I had no idea. How do you clean it? How do you clean a Diva Cup? So I was like out with my girlfriends the other day, and I was like, do you just make like a bleach solution or something, and you like spray it and you let it air dry? And my friend, who is an absolute nightmare, was just like, would you put bleach in your vagina? And I was like, ma'am, I fuck musicians. Like, don't talk to me that way. But apparently the way that you're supposed to clean a Diva Cup is you're supposed to boil it in hot water, and that's supposed to disinfect it over time. But also, like, what is the time? I don't know what time it actually is. So I live in a studio apartment where I own one pot. And I normally make pasta in that one pot. So every time I'm boiling my Diva Cup, it just smells like I'm making pasta. So I have no idea what I'm doing, but every time that I think it's done, I just throw it up against a wall. And if it sticks, I'm like, it's al dente. Thank you guys so much. I'm in Sagan Genesis.
Keep it going for Sagan Genesis, everybody. Fuck yeah.